No Ko, episode 3. I'm super excited as always. However, we have to have a little talk, okay? Because I think there are some things that I misinterpreted from last episode, and we should probably talk about it. And upon further investigation, as in a rewatch, I rewatched it in Japanese and I rewatched it in English just to see if I could, figure out where I went wrong. Because it wasn't only... So I have a friend who really loves this show, and they've seen it like 8 times by now, because I think by the time that I'm recording this reaction, the season 1 of the show has ended, so they're like obsessed. And they told me after my episode 2 reaction that I got something like totally wrong, and they're not entirely sure how I came to that conclusion. And so I was like, okay, I have to rewatch, because clearly something is amiss here. And one of the patrons, I think, said the same thing. And so as of right now, none of my reactions have been posted to YouTube yet, but I am getting Patreon feedback. And of course, if you want to see the reactions earlier than they are posted on YouTube, and the full-length timer and subtitle reactions, you can check out the Patreon, of course. Okay, so I don't know if this is what this person was talking about. However, I have a couple things that I wanted to talk about at the beginning of this episode, theory-wise. I think I already mentioned that it would be pretty crazy if the murdering situation actually had to do with the lady that was at the hospital, like the nurse and the doctor, that it had nothing to do with Ai's boyfriend or anything, but it was like the nurse was in love with the hospital doctor, and so, like, the hospital nurse was angry that the doctor died because of Ai's stalker, and then later on took revenge on Ai. I'm pretty sure I talked about that last time, though, but I just wanted to bring it up again because I cannot remember. I can't remember, and so I just want to, like, get all my thoughts out there. Another interesting thing that I've noticed is that, and I don't know if this is true, this could just be how some YouTube singers, I don't know, there's a certain word for them, like the YouTubers that cover Japanese songs in English. Like, I'm talking about, like, Jubyphonic and Reichi and, like, Trickle and, like, Will Stenson and, like, all of those sort of people that translate the lyrics. I don't know if this is in the original Japanese or if this was just an interpretation. But something really interesting that a lyric was translated to was, I don't know how it feels to be loved by someone or to love somebody real. And I thought that that was very fascinating because that would imply that I was in love with the boyfriend, but that the boyfriend was the person that she loved who wasn't real. Because she says, I don't know how it feels to be loved by someone, like to be loved by anyone, or to love someone real, right? And so even though she says, I love you to the kids, and that's real, that like is after the boyfriend. So maybe she did think that she was in love with the boyfriend, but then she found out that he wasn't real, like he was just using her, he wasn't being genuine, and so that's where that lyric comes from. Now, that is under the assumption that that lyric is included in the original Japanese song, and that's not, like, I don't know, like a translation, or, I mean, like, it's not a literal translation, but it fit, like, you know what I mean? It fit vaguely, so, like, the people that translated the lyrics into English, they were like, ah, yeah, that's a good one, and it is a good one, like, that's a great lyric, like, to rhyme feels with real like that, like, it's a great lyric. I'm just wondering, like, if it was actually sort of intentional, if that makes sense. I've also listened to, like, the English, version of, like, the official English version that came out, as well. I don't think there was anything in there that striked me particularly. It was mostly like, oh, I gotta mention that. I have to make sure to mention that because even though, how do I explain this? It may not be in the original song, but people may have translated it that way because they read the manga and they knew that information. And so to make the song more theatrical and fit in with the manga story, somebody used those lyrics as a translation. So it still may be a clue, even if it was not originally intended in the original lyrics. That was the second thing. Okay, the third thing, we have to talk about Aqua, because I realized the error of my ways in terms of how I interpreted Aqua's behavior last episode. And to be fair, he confused me, so it's not my fault. It might still be. Okay, so here's the thing. I noticed that the director mentions, like, Aqua, your acting is so good, you're able to fool your sister, right? And so that led me down the path of realization. And here's the couple things that I think are happening. I think Aqua doesn't genuinely think he's a bad actor. Aqua knows that he's a good actor, but it could be multiple things. First of all, he talks about this in the episode, but that he would rather work behind the scenes because the entire point is that he's trying to find the person that, like, you know, is his father because he thinks that, like, Ai's boyfriend, like, got revenge and like killed her and everything, right? And so his whole mission is I want revenge on my father, and working behind the scenes can get me there too. I don't need to be an actor, right? And so him saying he's bad at acting wasn't him like being legitimate. That was just an excuse that he was giving the director. But in this same episode, we have evidence that Aqua is actually good at acting because he's able to call Ruby and fool Ruby even though they're twins. And so the text, or I guess like the canonicity of the world, the behavior of Aqua would indicate to us that actually he is a good actor. And he also does that like pretending to be a manager thing in that same episode. So he is a good actor. So I think that I misunderstood that. You know what I mean? Like, I think I have misunderstood Aqua just saying that as an excuse as, like, real, but it's not real. The whole point was that, like, he is a good actor. He's just sort of bullshitting the director, being like, no, acting wasn't for me. I was never a good actor, haha. Like, I think that he was just lying, basically. And the other thing is that I feel like, and this may be a reach, this may be reaching too much, but maybe it's also that he doesn't want to advertise that he's a good actor, or else people will know that he's manipulative, right? Because if he is really, really good at acting, not to say that all actors are manipulative, right? You guys know that I'm an actor too. I go to theater school. I mentioned this in the previous reactions. However, like, to get people to trust him, it might be easier just to, you know, like, be like, oh yeah, I'm like such a bad actor, like I can't pretend, I can't lie to save my life, like have this sort of like, I don't want to say clumsy, but kind of it is sort of like a clumsy boy persona of like, yeah, I can't lie to save my life. Not that acting is lying, but like acting is sort of lying, and so you could sort of say like, oh, you know, like Aqua, he's such a straight and narrow kid, he can't even be an actor because he can't even pretend, right? That may be reaching. Aqua never said that. However, in terms of Aqua's goals and motivations, I could see like, I don't want to advertise to the public that I'm a good fucking liar because I'm trying to find the man that murdered my mom, right? And so like, that's the other thing, is that it could just be, he also doesn't want to advertise his skill set, you know, to the world, and then the world will keep a very close eye on him if he was so good that he got famous or something, you know? And like, how is he supposed to like go around and finding murderers? You know, how is he supposed to be a detective? Like, imagine if Light Yagami from Death Note was an idol, right? And had the entire, first you have the police department, but then he will have the entire world scrutinizing you and paparazzi watching your every behavior as you're trying to find a murderer. So like, optics-wise, it's also not a great decision for Aqua to become famous, because then everybody will have their eyes on him. So I think that's the thing, one of the things anyway, that I misinterpreted last episode. I was like, what does he mean? He's bad, he's good, and then I realized that like that was like a touch of the tism. I think I took what he meant a little too literally. It wasn't that he actually thinks he's a bad actor, it's that he's like, he is a good actor. The show shows us that he is good at acting. He just doesn't want to use his skills for that. He knows that he can do the behind the scenes stuff, and then possibly maybe we'll get that I can't be famous because then the entire world is watching me, and if I murder my father, I will get caught. That could be another element too, is that he plans to murder the person that murdered I, and like, it wouldn't be great if there were like paparazzi lurking everywhere anyway. And so that was one of the things, like, Aqua's acting. Now, in terms of what he was about to say to the director, this is where I think that I got everything a little, like, weird, because I thought he was gonna say, like, you're right, director, like, I should, like, become an actor. And so my criticism last episode was that it was sort of flip-floppy, because at the beginning, it was like, oh, I quit acting, and then, you know, like, or I guess I should say, in episode 1, he asked the director to be under his mentorship, right? And then in episode 2, it was like, yeah, I decided to be a background person, like, you know, behind the scenes person. And I was like, okay, well, that's sort of flip-flopping. Like, the flip-flopping happened off screen. But then at the end of the episode, I thought he flip-flopped back into being like, yes, director, you are right. Like, I thought that that's what Aqua was going to say, that was interrupted by the director's mom. However, that may have been too much of a reach on my part. He could have just been asking maybe about anything or about something else. However, like, I do think that Aqua is going to be dragged in the spotlight against his will, and like, we may see that sort of coming up, especially because like, the girl, you know, that like apparently has had a crush on him. This is again the speculation, but like Kana, who seems to have a crush on him or like likes him, I don't know, I think that she likes him, right? May like drag him back in to the spotlight. And so that'll be interesting. But I think that maybe in this episode we'll hear like, oh no, this can't happen. The whole reason why I didn't want to be an actor was because I didn't want to be in the spotlight so I could safely murder my father. And so maybe we'll get that this episode. Okay, here's the other things that I want to bring up though. I've been thinking about this. They're in the OP or I guess the music video for the song. There are two versions of I, and one of them seems to have like darker hair or something like than the other. And so I am speculating that I will reincarnate into someone else, like into another person that is around their age and like is in like an idol group or something. My question is, because this is the weird thing, right? Like, Aqua has a very complicated relationship with I, because Aqua was first a doctor who was somewhat infatuated with I, and then became I's child, but at the same time doesn't see her as their mother entirely, because he has some, like, boundaries in terms of, like, breastfeeding and stuff that would indicate that he still, like, kind of views her as a sexual being because, oh, the breastfeeding thing would be inappropriate. Like, you know what I mean? Because he sees the breastfeeding as inappropriate, that's an indication that he still doesn't entirely see her as mother, because there would be nothing wrong with that if you entirely saw someone as mother. You know what I mean? He's still, like, it's sort of a complicated thing because he's still drawing this sort of boundary of, like, I cannot look at the titties, you know what I mean? Or, like, interact with the titties, because that's morally wrong, but, that means he also doesn't entirely see her as mom, because he's drawing those boundaries. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So my question is, if I were to reincarnate, like, is Aqua gonna try to, like, date her or something? Because, like, you know, I'm just saying, like, it could happen, because the whole thing is that he kind of, like, was infatuated with her at a distance, right? And then she becomes his patient, and then she becomes his mom, but, like, if she reincarnates into someone that's their age, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the weird question with dating Kana, but, like, with extra steps, because I'm sure that they're gonna do something with this girl where this girl will have a crush on him and it becomes, like, an ethical question or something, right? And so, like, will he try to date his mom if his mom reincarnates as someone? And I guess it's dependent on whether or not she can remember, because I have a feeling that the twist is gonna be if I reincarnates, she's not gonna have her memories. That's my, feeling at this juncture. That's my feeling, is that she is gonna be the odd one out, and so it's gonna be like, do we tell her, do we not tell her, like, how much does she even remember, is she pretending not to? I think that that'll be the twist, is that if I is reincarnated, she does not have her memories, and that creates, you know, drama, because then she could, that's the other problem, if I reincarnates, she can just tell the kids who the dad is and who murdered her. Like, she knows that the stalker murdered her, but, like, who as in the man, like, even if she doesn't have any, like, direct evidence, she can at least tell someone, right, if she remembers. And so I think they have to erase her memory, or else she'll have too much information for the plot, unless the dad thing is like a red herring and he's been disposed of in some other capacity. Anyway, we've talked for longer, half of this episode's length, but I felt like it was important to talk about these things because I sort of missed the mark with my last discussion last week, and so, like, I had to make sure that I talked about this stuff because it was not in my analysis of the previous episodes. The only other thing I want to mention is that Aqua has this line about, like, it's better if Ruby, like, stays out of the way. I do wonder if that's, like, sort of a double thing, is that, like, we think that he's talking about, like, it's better if Ruby doesn't become an idol and, like, stays out of the way so I can go, like, murder our dad. But, like, what if it's also that Ruby wants revenge as well? And, like, Aqua also knows that she's vengeancing, she's revenging, as I've, you know, as I've said, and, like, he doesn't want her involved. Like, he's trying to get rid of her, because there's some interesting, like, symbolism with Ruby in the OP, that, like, there's stuff that she's not saying, or, like, kind of just an implication that she's also a tricky bitch. So I wonder if, like, she wants vengeance just as badly, and Aqua thinks that she will, like, ruin his plans, but she is also going for it, you know? And so without further ado, I think it would be time to start the actual episode now. It would be a good time. Ruby has some suspicious OP moments, I think is all I, you know, was adding. Also, like, the blue-haired girl is crying in the OP, which doesn't fill me with happiness. But, like, my whole thing is, like, that this shot, like, that girl on stage is I, but the I that's reincarnated and not the actual I, you know? But yeah, like, Ruby's little, like, you know, like, little secret thing here, it could just be her being cute. I don't know. I don't think it is. I think it's also just, you know. Also, this girl with the devil horns is making me, like, what is that going on? But yeah, like, that blue-haired girl, things don't look too good for her. Like, now that I've seen the OP again, she seems to be crying almost every time we see her, and the spotlights just come in on her like that. It's a little strange. But yeah, I just wonder, like, I feel like that eye reincarnating thing, that'd be a great season 1 cliffhanger. I don't know if they would do that, like, now. But yeah, even now, like, if you guys are synced up with me, the OP changes from white to dark, and that's sort of like the 2 eyes that are in the OP. It could have just been symbolic, like that one eye is, like, the real her and the other one's not. A recap? I don't need a recap, man. She's so cute. See, I clocked her as suspicious last episode, but I think I changed my mind. I think that they're doing that she actually just has a crush on, you know. Ha! Damn. Whoa! She's right there. Oh, well, that's nice. Oh, okay, he's just leaving. Yeah, see, she likes him. I think she does actually like him. Don't you remember? Oh, she's so cute. God damn. Oh, she seems so nice. Oh, damn! She's just asking him out! Really? You guys just met each other! Oh. Oh, I see, that's why. Shit! Okay! Oh my god! Oh, he brought her here? Yeah, do you not remember? Oh, man! I love that arrow. That's so funny. Okay, so here's where we're gonna get the correction that I needed. Oh boy. She's so like... And he's just here? I love how this lady, she just like, she's so cute. Like, she's just always cooking for them. It's so nice. Oh my god, that's so rude! Oh, okay. Damn, they just like fucked off? That's so rude! That's so sad! I feel like they didn't retire to the countryside though. They like abandoned their daughter in the city, you know? Damn, she's like Ubering all the time. That's kind of hilarious. Man. Ha! Yeah, see? I was under the false impression. Like, yeah. He's always acting all the time. Oh, dear. Bro, really? This is so crazy. Like, she's going pretty, like, I mean, not to say that, like, Aqua's not, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't think he is. Like, he's just so... What? Oh. Anyway, he's not worth all this, is what I'm saying. But, like, I'm also not in middle school, so... Oh, is that, like, one of his targets? Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh. Also, his eye just went dark, so I guess it is, like, emotional state. Like, he's angry. Oh my god, he's just, like, opening that shit up. Right. Okay. Damn, these are like old phones too. Oh. Oh, so the numbers must be, that's her password, 45501 or whatever. Yeah, so that must be the password. It's in the OP. But what the numbers mean, that would be, damn, he's tried to crack the fucking password? Oh no. Yeah, that's the one. But we have to figure out, it could be a date. I don't know. It's not in date format. Right. Oh, see, so now he's getting back into it because he wants to snoop. Oh no, she thinks it's because... Oh. Are you homosexual? Oh my god. I like how she thinks that instead of that he likes her. Oh my lord. What does that mean? Does he? Anyway, well. So, is the idea that this is their dad? He is blonde-ish, I guess. But, like, I don't know. He's old, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Oh, but, like, it's not like that. Yeah, see? It's about finding the man. Yeah, and his eyes dark again. Hot damn. Then who's Aqua gonna play? Oh, damn, that's some fucking great foreshadowing. Yeah, you are. You are sinister. Oh, okay. Oh, no, this poor girl. She has a bunch of, like, food cans all in her room. Like, no one's to take care of her. Was that in the movie? Oh. Maybe that was in the show. I thought that was real. It's just like the shoujo thing, like, I hate people, and then she meets a boy, I guess? I thought that was real because she said that her parents don't feed her or live with her. This man's checking the manga! That's so funny. Yeah, damn, they're like, it wasn't like this in the manga! Oh, dear. Is this like a meta commentary? This is so hilarious! I mean, it wasn't that bad. I would have to look at it again because I was too busy thinking. Whoa, she's still a sister. Damn. Okay, I guess. Ugh, they're not. I mean, anyway, like I said, I'm not in middle school anymore, so. So basically, the guys are just hot, but she's like the real actress. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it kind of sounds bad. I don't know. It would be better. I guess I'll have to watch it in English. It's hard to tell bad acting when you don't speak the language the acting, you know what I mean? Oh, so she's like holding back for the sake of the men? Mrs. Incredible would never allow that. Interesting. Yeah. That's so, I love all this commentary stuff, you know what I mean? Like, entertaining versus good acting. Oh, she was so depressed. Oh no! That's distressing. Hmm. teach us that at school, too. All you have is your good name. It doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter how good of an actor you are. All you have is your good name. You have to be a nice person. Oh, this is nice. Damn. Jesus Christ! They're filming and it'll be like next week. That's so crazy. Yeah, the schedule. Oh my goodness. No one wants to be a villain. Also, you guys are not grown up. You're in high school. But anyway. She has this sort of weird thing under her eye, though. And I'm wondering about it. But anyway, if it's just I guess it's just an eyelash, but it's a very, harsh line. So I'm wondering, I don't know. Not to say I'm suspicious, but... Interesting. He's like, I'm gonna come fuck this up. Yeah, I love his little, how the eye turns dark. I mean, but he wasn't in a bad mood there. He was in, a mwahaha mood. So I'm still confused about, when the eye changes and when it doesn't. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, that sounds right. Hey, it's, I don't know, acting. It's, immersion is what I mean, the puddle. Oh, so he's an asshole. He has no reaction, though. So I just feel I don't know. That was a little dismissive, but... I don't think it was him. He just seems too old. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking that. The water. Does it matter? It's for the immersion. Yeah, see? I mean, I think a lot of people could do anything as long as they practice. Right. Oh, I see. Well, I mean, I don't think that's... But he's still an actor. I think he's holding back. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. She really does like him. She likes him a lot. This is happening very fast. My goodness. Well, that's good. She's so cute. Oh, well, this is nice. Girl, she's so down bad. anymore. I don't know if it's like suspicious or not. Hey, the cigarette! It's perfect! Oh, so they're like sort of, well, that's not like the worst thing he could say. Oh dear. Oh man, I hope there's not more cigarettes in there. Like, what if there's like 20 cigarettes? How's he gonna know? Oh, but even if the director doesn't recognize you, the world could, you know? Like, maybe other people do. Oh, dear. Oh, yeah, see? There's a bunch of cigarettes. How is he supposed to know? Like, the one that's still warm or something? There's so many. How is he supposed to know? Okay. Okay. You go, sir. Is that it? That was a really good episode, though. Okay, yeah, so I think now all the acting stuff definitely makes more sense to me. Like, he is a good actor. He's just reining himself in a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this guy's gonna yield anything. You know what I mean? Like, this random guy, I don't think he's their dad. But, I don't know, I am kind of suspicious of the guy who's rude, but there are no other boys in the OP, I don't think. So I don't think that boy is gonna be particularly interesting or special or something. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I think that episode was really good. I like all, like, the meta stuff about, like, the acting industry, you know. So we've already talked about this, right? I go to theater school, so it's always interesting. I don't think it's the director, though. I think that it's just, that's too easy, right? There's another season of this show. We can't be done yet, you know? But I think it is gonna kind of drag him back into the world of acting at the very least. I am assuming this is gonna cause like a butterfly effect where it's like Aqua never intended to be in the spotlight, but like, I don't know, maybe next episode his performance is so good that it like, you know what I mean? That like things like go crazy and it's like this whole big thing. It would be nice to check in with Ruby once in a while to see what she's up to. But yeah, I think that like, I think that my new understanding I had at the beginning of the episode helped me for the context in the beginning of this episode. Like, Aqua is a good actor. He's just, like, sort of been hiding it and holding back and all that stuff. But yeah, now he's actually using it, you know, for the purpose. But that's very interesting about the contacts in the phone. Because at least then we sort of have, like, a list of people it could be. But I just don't think it's that man. I don't think it's that guy. I don't know. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed. Hope that you guys had fun. Thank you for attending Calxiyn's Royal Court today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!